In the early 1990s, a young man named Daniel Reed walked the busy streets of Chicago with nothing but a backpack, a used laptop, and a dream that felt too big for the world he lived in. Everyone around him talked about safe jobs, steady salaries, and living a predictable life. But Daniel? He wanted something different. He wanted freedom, the kind that money can't directly buy, but smart investing can unlock. Every night after his part-time job at a grocery store, Daniel would sit in a tiny house he borrowed from a public library. His friends laughed at him. "Dude, you think you're going to become the next Wall Street genius?" But Daniel didn't care. He knew something they didn't. The future belongs to people who prepare for opportunities before they appear. The turning point. In 1997, while everyone else was focused on the traditional stock market, Daniel noticed something new happening. People were suddenly talking about the internet. Most adults said it was a fad. Others said it was a toy. But Daniel looked deeper. He saw companies building websites, online services, and digital tools. He saw potential, massive, world-changing potential. With only $1,200 in savings, he made the riskiest decision of his life. Instead of buying a used car or paying off bills, he invested in nobody had ever heard of. For 2 years, nothing happened. His portfolio barely moved. People told him he'd ruined his future. He almost believed them. But he held on because patience is what separates regular people from real investors. The rise. And then, the world changed. Between 1999 and 2002, the tech industry exploded. Those 3 tiny companies Daniel invested in became billion-dollar giants. His $1,200 investment grew into $670,000. Suddenly, the same people who laughed at him were asking for advice. But Daniel didn't stop there. He diversified. He reinvested. He studied real estate, index funds, renewable energy, and later, AI-driven companies. By 2015, Daniel Reed was a multi-millionaire investor known for one powerful idea. Open quote, "Don't invest in what everyone sees today. Invest in what only a few can imagine for tomorrow." Close quote. The legacy today, Daniel runs a foundation that teaches young Americans how to invest early, avoid lifestyle debt, and build long-term wealth. He speaks at universities, not bragging about his money, but sharing the mindset that changed his life. Patience over panic, vision over noise, discipline over excitement. And whenever someone asks him how he became successful, he always smiles and says, "I wasn't lucky, I was prepared." When the US economy crashed and millions of people were scared to even look at the stock market, a 24-year-old American named Ethan Parker saw something different. While everyone around him was panicking, Ethan was studying. Every night after his night shift job, he watched Warren Buffett interviews, read investing books from the library, and analyzed companies until he fell asleep at his desk. One day, he noticed something unusual. Great American companies were selling for the cheapest prices in years. People were running away. But Ethan believed this was the moment he'd been preparing for. With only $900 in savings, he invested in 3 beaten-down companies. For a whole year, nothing happened. His friends said, "Dude, this market is dead. You're wasting time." But Ethan held on. And then, America recovered. Those same companies exploded in value, and his $900 grew to $40,000. That one decision changed his life. Today, Ethan Parker is a respected investor who teaches one simple lesson. Open quote, "When the world fears the future, real investors see opportunity."